Out of the 8 billion podcasts that claim to talk about sports, 99% of them talk football and basketball. And that's about it. That's because they don't know about anything else. And they bore you to tears. Welcome to the Sportsocracy, the Ocho, where sports meets comedy, sports analysis, laughs, and the occasional debate that'll likely blow the roof off. We're rowdy and loud and bringing the party straight to your ears.
The party has arrived.
And by the way, you don't have to be a sports fan to like this show, because we're pretty damned awesome, even when we're not talking sports. From baseball to hockey to wrestling to the UFC and beyond, we love it, and we're talking about it. And now your hosts, Armchair, hailing from Canada. He's a sports encyclopedia. And Dubs, the quintessential masshole who's always down for some lively banter and a little bit of the green stuff. And we're not talking about the outfield grass. Let's rock this. This is the Sportsocracy, the Ocho.
What's up, everyone? What is going on? Saw Toothy in the chat. What's up, Dubs? How you doing, buddy?
We're back. Another beautiful Wednesday. March Madness starts tomorrow. High noon.
We're ready for it.
I'm
ready
for
it.
Pumped, dude. I'm so excited. I got my fucking brackets filled out. We're gonna do one on the show tonight.
We're gonna do a bracket.
Giant wall mount dry erase tournament board.
It's gonna be fun. March Madness is a super fun time for anyone that just likes Cinderella stories, upsets. You know where you can read about all that stuff on our newsletter, where you did an excellent piece. Came out today. Drop your emails in there. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter. It's pretty good, to be honest with you. I drop some DFS tips and tricks.
Could win some money in there.
We toss some goodies in there. We talk about a little bit of everything, and it's for free. So
sure is. All you got to do is put an email in there. You get some spam email, toss them in there.
We had someone unsubscribed today, one of the spammers, but that's okay. We got him twice. So shout out to the spammers out there. We're gonna go a little bit off topic here for a quick second, just because this story just kind of broke. Don't do crimes, friends. Don't do crimes.
Do not do crimes.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter has been fired by the Dodgers after he was found to have stolen, just straight up thieved.
Around 4.5 million. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Remember we talked about a couple of weeks ago, like if you find a creative way to get away with stealing money from, a different entity, not the guy that's employing you. That's a tough way to. You're set for life.
Probably not that guy.
Yeah, all you gotta do is not fuck that guy over. You have Shohei Ohtani. You have his bank account, his money, everything. You just gotta fly under the radar, do everything straight as an arrow. We can't do that. Gotta get a little bit extra greedy, take it a little bit off the top. 4.5 million. That's 4 times his salary this season. With all the deferred money, I'd be fucking furious. What's better is he took it all to go actually bet.
I'm lagging it, so I got to jump into the other side. Give me 1 sec.
No problem. The fact that homie interpreter guy steals all this money, and then we got to go flip on over to the other side and gamble it away. Love that. Love that. Full degeneracy. A man after my own heart. There's a federal investigation. They're examining the operation run by South California bookmaker Matthew Boyer. Wire transfer payments were sent from Ohtani's account to an associate of Boyer's, according to multiple sources in bank data reviewed by ESPN. Multiple sources, including Mizuhara, told ESPN that Ohtani does not gamble. The funds covered Mizuhara's losses. Guys out there with just a blank checkbook, not his, just blackjack, roulette, baccarat, whatever he can get his fucking hands on. Oh, Armchair's back.
I knew it would happen.
It was worth a shot.
I had to try it. I have this beautiful camera and this like beautiful computer. And every time I log into it, I stream on Twitch. No problem. Doesn't disconnect. Nothing happens. StreamYard doesn't like it. So eventually we'll probably move to OBS.
We can do OBS whenever. My OBS is all fucking set up. I got the bells and whistles.
Maybe we moved to OBS. Anyway, we're back. I'm back.
Inside baseball, baby.
Inside baseball. This is where we're at. Old AC doing some recording earlier today, and no issues for some things that are coming down the pipe.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna see some fun stuff. So yeah.
Stay
Don't
tuned.
do crimes. All you had to do, like you said, all you had to do was just not screw that one guy. One guy. Just be nice to him. Just be nice to that guy, and you're
out there spending 4.5 and fucking baccarat, losing everything.
4.5 years of Shohei's salary.
Yeah.
Would have been worse if it wasn't all deferred, for sure. Absolutely would have been worse if it wasn't deferred, but is what it is. Hey, the NHL has some new rules, at least proposed rule changes.
Sure do.
How are you feeling about the potential new rules for the NHL?
I feel like most of them are just like just slowing the pace of the game down, which is why I love hockey so much. Is the fast pace, the intensity, and anything that's going to prohibit that, I'm typically going to push against a little bit.
So I don't love the idea of jumping in with all these new rules. So one of them included adding a goalie to the list of players who can be penalized when the nets are dislodged.
Correct.
I don't like the over the glass seems kind of nonsense.
The review challenge. Yeah, I don't think that's good either. And it's going to vary by arena because the cameras are all in different positionings. Like, the goal, the lines, those are all the set camera points, but like the ones that are going to be catching a puck going over the glass vary by arena. And it's going to be nonsense. It's going to be a penalty or review in one arena, and then the next night the exact same thing could happen. It's going to go differently. And it's 100%. Why add something that's going to not be consistent? It's supposed to be consistent.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Big fan of the friendly fire high sticking reviewable. We actually saw that last night. Montreal was playing Edmonton. And it was Slavkovsky coming across the ice, and he put his stick out to stick check the puck. He got the puck. Vander Kane came across the stick, came across his arm, and kind of flicked his arm up to move the stick. And when he did that, Slavkovsky's stick hit Adam Henrique, I think, in the head. And it cut Henrique, and it gave Edmonton 4-minute power play, which led into overtime, which meant a 4-on-3 power play with McDavid and Draisaitl. I'll let you figure out how that game ended. God damn it! But
it's a close one.
But realistically, it should have that would be a friendly fire high stick. At worst, 2-minute, but because that's the rule as it is right now, it's a justifiable 4, and Edmonton wins in OT. Although I would argue that they probably should have beat Montreal handedly, but this one, Montreal's pesky, buddy. They're pesky. We're pesky.
Pesky's a good way to put it.
We're pesky little fuckers.
You're gonna lose by 1, but it's gonna be a slugfest.
But we're gonna lose by 1, but you better be ready to play 80 minutes.
And then the next morning you're gonna go after the game. You're gonna have to go talk to the media and just be like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know why we were that close with them.
We were completely outplayed. I don't know how. I think Craig Button said that Edmonton escaped with that win.
The Canadians just take 20% off the gas in the third period. They're like, hey, don't try too hard. We do want the picks.
We want the picks. We need give me the lottery, but let's make it fun for the fans.
Take 15% off or they're squirrely down.
Just take a little bit off there. It's pretty good. Last thing I've got in the lead before we get into some fun stuff, because we're doing Build a Bracket tonight.
Yep.
And I want to talk about
season.
I want to talk about 2 other things here. One, Trevor Bauer is going to pitch against the Yankees. So we've talked about Trevor Bauer a couple of times on this show because he keeps showing up. I don't know why he hasn't gone away yet. He's pitching for some Mexican League team.
It's your friend's scumbag boyfriend that shows up, and you're like, this guy again.
Come on.
Like, why are we still doing it with this guy?
So he's gonna play. He's gonna pitch for some Mexican League team against the Yankees. Are we expecting anything here? Like, is he going to be like? Are they going to be like, man, we should sign that guy instead of Marcus Stroman, who, by the way, LOL, returned down opening day. And Yankee fans are livid. They're like, it's an honor to pitch opening day for the Pinstripes. And Marcus was like, I'm good.
I'll pass. I actually don't want to do that.
I know that my job is actually throwing the baseball as like every 5 days, but no. And then, of course, Yankee fans' response is bumper him down to the number 5 starter, as if like he cares what position he is in the rotation.
Shit. I don't care what day I pitch on.
No. You want me to pitch on Tuesday?
Bet.
Pitch on Tuesday.
As long as I got 5 days in between, we're good.
Yeah, he doesn't care. You expect anything from Bauer? His Mexican League team against the Yanks?
It's probably the same thing that happened when he played the Dodgers. He'll get a couple strikeouts, look good, and all of a sudden they'll start seeing more and more reports and it'll be like, was Trevor Bauer coming back? No, he shouldn't. He's an asshole.
It's just
I'm good.
cancer.
I'm over him. I'm so over him. He is like, I was over him 2 years ago. I don't know why he's still fucking
he lingers.
coming up. It's crazy. It's like a fucking cough.
He lingers. My favorite part of this story is that he was also like, he gave up hits to a YouTuber. Or a Barstool guy, and that fills me with such amazing pleasure. Like, I am so fully pleased by that. So I can't wait for the Yankees, like actual major league hitters, to take over and absolutely crush them.
Especially this close to opening day, they'll be like actually ready to go.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal.
Unless you're Garrett Cole.
Unless you're Garrett Cole. Not ready for that. You ain't ready for that, Garrett Cole.
Sure isn't.
And the other thing that I want to mention before we move on to fun things, we lost Chris Simon this past week. Rest in peace. Chris Simon was a Stanley Cup champion. For those who don't know, played on many teams, including the Caps, the Avalanche, Penguins. I don't remember. He played for everybody, it felt like. But he is the old guard enforcer.
Yep.
And he would fight everybody and anybody. He was a menace on the ice. And a lot of these enforcers have taken their own lives. And a quick Google search will let you know that is likely the case here. I can't confirm 100%, but it is a sad story, one that I feel bad about on a regular basis, but I love fighting in hockey, so it's a catch-22, man. Like,
yeah,
it's the same balancing act that we see with football.
I was just gonna say it's the same thing with anybody taking that much contact to their head is opening themselves up for a whole bunch of shit, and it sucks because yes, hockey is like fighting in hockey. Nothing really gets you going more. Like fuck yeah, let's go. It gets the people buzzing. But on the other hand, we have stories like this, and they're becoming more and more frequent, and it's tough.
Yeah.
Anytime this happens in football, it's the same thing. It brings up the same conversation. It's like, how is it really worth it? Who's to say?
It's not about. I'm not going to say. I think that it's tough. Like, it's a tough conversation to have.
Agreed.
But I also wanted to point out that if we know that he's taken his life, I think that news outlets should start reporting that and stop just saying things like he died suddenly.
Yeah.
He didn't just drop dead. He wasn't just like, this isn't like he got the jab conspiracy theories out there. Start reporting the shit that happened. Let's start helping these people immediately. Because look, young men need help anyway, but anyone that's
easier on the family a little bit too, instead of having to see people again run with a different narrative that didn't actually happen. It's like, really,
just fix it.
Right.
Just fix it.
Agreed.
All right.
I got two quick things before we get into some other
Yeah,
stuff. Kurt Schilling being a cock again. Still, we're honoring the 2004 Red Sox at the home opener. Got to get some reason to get people in the building. They're also honoring Tim Wakefield, the late Tim Wakefield who passed earlier.
Love me a knuckleballer.
His wife Stacy just passed as well.
Oh, jeez.
It's tough. But both of them within the year. They have kids that are around my age. I feel for the family. Regardless, Kurt Schilling is the one that broke the news of Tim Wakefield's cancer, and things were without their consent. Yeah, and then they still invited him to be a part of the ceremony that they're having for Tim Wakefield and his wife, and he said, "I'm good."
Jackass.
If there's like, I've already been over the guy, like Trevor Bauer. I'm over it. Been over him. It's just another little thing on the list of reasons why he's a fucking asshole, and it sucks that he's so etched into that 2004 team.
But here's the thing. I'll let you finish. I'll Kanye West you for a minute here.
Beyonce had the best video.
Athletes aren't always going to be who you want them to be. They're not.
No.
I remember I am not. First off, I'm not American, so I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I think that people deserve to have rights and want to live and all that other shit. So I think I'd probably lean more Dem, but I also, don't give a shit. Tom Brady was a staunch supporter of a lot of Republicans. Still like Tom Brady as the athlete. Still like the athlete.
Right.
I don't need him to raise my kids or be my best buddy. I just need him to win goddamn football games for the New England Patriots.
And I typically feel that way as well.
However,
there's certain people that
Trevor Bauer, Kurt Schilling, there's when you start getting it,
I can look past a couple things.
When you're out in public life, and you start pulling that kind of jabroni shit, then it's like, well, maybe we gotta have a conversation about this.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're honoring Tim, because I think that Wakefield is one of the most iconic. It's MV Tao.
Shout out.
What's up? I think they should. I think they should absolutely give the man his flowers. He deserves everything. He gave everything to that team in that city. I think that Kurt Schilling can kick rocks with open-toed shoes.
Agreed. I hope you stub your toe every morning for the rest of your life.
Every goddamn morning.
Could you imagine day 5 of that? You'd be like, "Fuck this! This is so annoying." It wouldn't even bother. It wouldn't hurt that much, but just the fuck. Really, again, it's the same spot as fucking Tuesday.
Every goddamn time. Every goddamn time.
And then last but not least, we touched on this a little bit last week, and then it happened. Blake Snell officially signed. Whole lot less than we expected. He did get the opt-out.
How many terms on this?
There's a lot.
Yeah, of course there are.
He does have the opt-out after the first year. Be getting 32-ish million. Yeah, that'd be tough. It's parenthood.
That is parenthood.
I stepped on Legos, the worst. I have a nail in my stairs that pops out just a little bit. And middle of the night, go downstairs to take a piss. You just nailed it in a few nights ago. You're like, all right, whatever. Do you come down heavy on that? Oh, that'll ruin your night. That'll wake you right the fuck up in the middle of the night. Yeah, not a Lego, but it'll do it. I don't remember. Oh, Blake Snell. They do have the opt-out. Be making around $32 million with the Giants this year. I'm willing to bet he's going to go right out to free agency regardless of the season he has.
Of course he is.
Easy play. Scott Boras, brutal off season.
Once again, I'm asking Scott Boras to pound sand. God, I hate that guy.
Well played, Tao. I think I would as well. Make the 3 a.m. wake up call a little bit more worth it. Promise you that.
Well, it is what it is. All right, we got some fun things. You happy about Snell signing? I mean, it is what it is.
I'm curious what's going to happen with Montgomery now because it's like, are we going to continue? I think today or yesterday, he said that he's willing to just wait and continue to wait and sign in the middle of the season. Patrick Kane did that. That's hockey. It's a little bit different. He's coming off an injury. This guy just pitched in the World Series, was supposed to have a massive contract. And now we're sitting here right around the corner from opening day. He's not going to be on a team by opening day, and he doesn't seem to care.
Doesn't give a shit.
Why? That makes no sense to me. Do what Snell did. Roll like the longer you wait, the more teams can be like, well, we're getting longer and longer into the season. I'm only going to have you for so many starts. Why would I pay you that much? And eventually people are just going to forget about it a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the big ticket free agent that you have been this whole offseason. Get it done now, right off the back of Snell, sign something pretty much identical, and then try this again next year, and let's not fuck it up. And if you want to sign with the Boston Red Sox, more power to you.
He's not going to sign with the Red Sox. So he wants to win this decade. You guys are abject trash right now. It's not.
We're horrific. Who's worse, the Patriots or the Red Sox?
Red Sox by a country mile. You give the Patriots a quarterback, and all of a sudden they're in play. Free agent grades coming out
offense,
soon.
But we'll get there.
Free agent grades are coming out soon. I've submitted my files, so we'll see what happens.
Love it.
It's March Madness.
It is. Got a
ASAP.
bracket pulled up.
I also have a bracket ready to roll. We're gonna let's do this in the most democratic way possible. Chat gets to decide who we're picking, so the consensus wins for the bracket. We're not going to spend a ton of time. I'm not going to wait 100 years for you to decide whether you want to put Stetson or Connecticut,
right?
Or Connecticut, as I like to say. Fucking weird American states.
It doesn't. We don't include them in New England.
No,
they're not. I don't claim them.
they're drive-through fucking state anyway.
To drive through to what? There's nothing down there.
No, you drive from there. It's a commuter state, man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You drive.
Grab the Amtrak.
I got you.
Go to grab. You get the Amtrak and you go to a real city.
Correct. Rhode Island's fucking worthless too.
It's pretty though.
It's better than Connecticut.
It's pretty.
Nothing happens there. He's right. It's the Iowa of the Northeast.
Still better than Ohio. All right.
Yeah. We got more junkies, less migrants.
Round of 64. Let's start with Connecticut and Stetson. We're going Connecticut here, I think.
Yes, easy.
Anybody disagree?
Just put a hefty wager on Connecticut to win the whole thing.
At least it's not Jersey, Tao says. Yeah.
I understand. I'm not really reaching there by betting on Connecticut, but
yeah, you win after a one seed to okay. This is where everything starts to get good. We got a couple of interesting picks coming up. Florida Atlantic and Northwestern. Where do you fall on this?
I like Florida Atlantic. I think they're slightly better. They were just in the Final Four.
Go UConn to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, they're going. It's pretty much why I did it. No matter what, I'll get some sort of profit back by the Elite Eight. Yeah. If I get scared, we'll pull out. But I like FAU.
I'm on FAU as well. San Diego State.
I do like Northwestern though with Boo Booey.
I'm not doing it. We're not doing it. No. UAB, San Diego State.
San Diego State. They're another one that's kind of just become like a staple of March Madness at this point. They're pretty much a Sweet 16.
Are you on the Auburn or the Yale side?
I want to be on Yale because they had that crazy comeback against Brown the other night.
Sure.
And I like shit
playing
like
the
that.
Ivies is different than playing
exactly, but it's shit like that will just spark a little bit of a run in March. I'll get spicy. Let's do it. Let's go Yale.
You're gonna go Yale. Do we have another vote for Yale in the chat? Because I'm on Auburn.
You should be, but I want to get spicy.
All right. We got no other votes, so we're gonna give you your Yale.
Let's do it. Tao said no.
He said no. Perfect. Auburn. There we go. Flipping it to Auburn. BYU and Duquesne.
BYU.
Duquesne.
Duquesne.
The Fighting
Kenny
Island Eyes.
Duquesne.
Morehead State.
Oh my god, my favorite.
You got the 3 or the 14?
The 3. It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
As much as I would like, if Longwood and Moorhead, if they were able to meet in the championship, that's an ideal world. But it would 100% signal that we're in a simulation. So,
yeah, it really would. All right, Washington State and Drake. Give me Drake.
Yeah.
Give me Drake.
I did 2 brackets today, and I was split on this one. I had Wazoo in one, and I had Drake in one.
It's your like I'm looking at chat.
Let's do it. Let's do Drake. Let's do it.
All right, 2 on Drake. We'll do it, and then Iowa State over Dakota State.
Yeah.
You think we're having a 2-15 upset again?
I think the one that I'm looking at the most is Arizona.
It's dog season. Drake. Drake's from Canada. Of course he picks Drake. Wrong Drake.
Doesn't matter. Also, we shouldn't go on Drake's like sporting history. The guy loses millions.
He loses
constantly.
a ton of millions.
Always. Yeah. Every time he's wearing a jersey, you got to go the opposite way.
Yeah. All right, let's speed through this one. UNC over Wagner.
This bracket's chalk. North Carolina.
Mississippi State, Michigan State.
Michigan State annoys the fuck out of me, so we're going to go with Mississippi State.
Fuck you, Pat. St. Mary's, Grand Canyon.
St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Easy.
Alabama over Charleston.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be hella chalk. Clemson over New Mexico.
Yep. This is the only one that I was possibly.
I have Clemson going way far.
Actually, no, that's not true.
Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor, easy.
Do you have Dayton or Nevada?
I have Dayton. I think Dayton's wicked sneaky.
Let's go Dayton, and I'm putting Arizona through.
You should. I have Long
rounds.
Beach State, but that's the hope and a prayer. There's always a 2-15. I had to pick one.
Yeah.
Arizona goes through. I have them losing in the next one. We'll get there. Would you want to slide over to the South, Houston?
Yep. Go ahead.
All right. That one's easy. I'm going to take Houston.
I'm on A&M over Nebraska.
I am as well. I have A&M as well.
I'm on Wisconsin over James Madison.
Yep. This one is one that people like. I saw a lot of bets were going towards James Madison.
Oh, Arizona will not have their year. Just to be clear,
no,
I don't think Arizona will go deep. I think they're a round of 32 loser, at best a round of 16 loser.
Shout out DraftKings. I just took them under 2.5 wins for the tournament. It was like pretty close to even. So if you can still get that, hop on.
Are you taking Dookie over Vermont?
Yeah, I have Duke going pretty far.
Tech over NC State, or NC State over Texas Tech?
My brain says Texas Tech, but my heart wants NC State after that run they had.
You know what? We're going NC State.
Let's do it. NC State. Fuck it.
We'll do it live. Kentucky over Oakland.
Yep. Love my Cats.
All right. Where are you going with this 10-7?
So it's going to be Florida versus either Colorado or Boise, correct?
Yes, sir.
I like the Gators.
We're taking the Gators. Let's be smart about it.
The first 4 matchups always scare me, and especially if they make it past the first round of the tournament, because you got to play 3 games in 3 days. That's so fucking tough.
That's a tough one. Marquette or Western.
Or 3 and 5, I guess, but you know what I mean. It's still tough.
We doing the 2-15 there? Are you doing?
I have Marquette.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out Tyler Kolek.
Are the Boilermakers going to make it past this?
They lost me so much fucking money. They're the last leg I had on a parlay.
They lost everybody a bunch of money every
Yeah.
year. They lose it all the
They're
time.
the worst.
Still taking Purdue in the first round.
I am as well. We'll have a conversation after that.
Utah State and TCU Horned Frogs.
TCU.
Yeah, me too. McNeese.
McNeese has played like plumbers and electricians all year, so I'm gonna go with Gonzaga here, despite a slight down year for the Zags.
They're still good. Kansas Samford.
This is another one that people are talking about as being an upset. Kansas is out one of their best players. Samford kind of went on a crazy run. I still want to go Kansas.
Give me the Jayhawks. South Carolina.
Chalk.
And the Oregon Ducks. Quack, quack, motherfucker.
I like the Ducks, but South Carolina's pretty good. And that SEC was like, it's battle tested. There's so many teams in the tournament from the SEC.
South Carolina gets in for me over Oregon.
I mean, there always are, but
I am on Creighton. I'm on Colorado State, and I'm on Tennessee.
Yep, I am as well. Colorado State absolutely dusted Virginia.
Yeah.
25-point win.
We're into the next round. All
Let's
right, we've got Connecticut over Florida Atlantic.
Yep, easy.
I've got
pencil them right in here.
Do you got San Diego State? You going State over Auburn here? I don't think so.
I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I maybe I have an Auburn bias. That's what I'm figuring out right now. I had Yale over them. Now I want San Diego State. I think San Diego State's good.
I'll take San Diego State. That's fine. We can lean there. I've got Illinois over BYU, though.
I do, too. I like Illinois a lot as well.
Brigham Young, get dusted. Iowa State and Drake.
Iowa State.
Yeah, me too.
Plus, I'm scared of Drake May.
Yeah. North Carolina.
Yep. Easy. There's this fucking division.
I know.
This bracket.
Are you Alabama or are you St. Mary's?
St. Mary's.
I'll go that. I'll ride with you there. I am Clemson over Baylor, though.
I'm not.
That's all right.
I'll give it to you, though. You gave me a couple.
Chat.
Tao said yes. Let's do it.
Yeah. And I am going to go Arizona over Nevada, but you want Arizona out this round.
I thought we took Dayton over Nevada. Did we go the other way?
We went Nevada over Dayton. Do you want to go Dayton? That's fine.
Yeah, I had Dayton.
All right, let's go Dayton.
And then I think Dayton could beat Arizona.
All right, so we'll go Dayton in that round. All right. Houston and A&M.
Houston.
Wisconsin and Duke. I get the Badgers.
I got Duke.
Tao? MV Tao?
Tao, what do we got? Tooth, let me know.
We need a vote here. Wisconsin and Duke. Kentucky over NC State.
I still remember that year Frank Kaminsky was for Wisconsin, and they beat the shit out of that Kentucky team when the moon turned red before the game. Oh, my God. Brutal.
Florida or Marquette?
Did we skip? Did we take Kentucky
I
over?
I took it. I'm taking Kentucky.
Okay, yeah. No, I also am taking Kentucky. I missed that. Florida, Marquette. I got Marquette.
Okay. And Duke one out.
Duke one out.
Yep. I'm taking Purdue over TCU. I don't like it. They're going to burn me.
I have TCU over Purdue, but we can do Purdue.
Oh, Toothy, you're killing me.
You're too late.
You already passed it. No, it's fine. We passed it. Purdue, TCU. That's the next one that's up.
Tiebreaker.
Gonzaga and the Jayhawks.
I got Gonzaga.
I'll take Zags.
I'm scared of Kansas with the injuries.
I'll go with Gonzaga, but we're going Purdue on the one.
Yeah, okay.
Creighton, South Carolina. I got South Carolina.
I do too. I'm kind of scared of Creighton's first round matchup too.
Akron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennessee, Colorado State. I'm on
Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think Tennessee is going to be worse than they are, and then they end up fucking me because I have them out in like the second round every year.
Connecticut over San Diego State.
Yes, UConn easy, and then I have Illinois.
I also have Illinois. You got Houston or Duke.
Let's do. I don't like Houston.
Let's go Duke. And then Kentucky.
Kentucky Duke would be fucking awesome for me. That'd be awesome.
Kentucky over Marquette.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then UNC over St. Mary's.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Zags.
Yep. And then we're going to take Tennessee over South Carolina.
And we're taking Clemson.
Yep.
So that's UNC Clemson.
Yep. Gonzaga, Tennessee.
Yeah. And you got UNC winning over Clemson?
Yep.
And you got Tennessee over Gonzaga or Zag over Tennessee?
I
think it's Tennessee.
I think it's Tennessee too.
And then I've got Kentucky and UConn.
Agreed. I have Kentucky and UConn as well. So in our final four is UConn, UNC, and then Kentucky versus Tennessee.
Yeah. I don't hate Tennessee at all. I have no hate against Tennessee. The only reason is because some of these schools are great football schools and mediocre basketball schools. And sometimes I get caught up thinking like things like, oh, Alabama will be better at basketball. And then they're not. They're just not. But then they're slightly better. So you're like, well, whatever. Maybe we could put them in. I've got Connecticut and Kentucky, or Connecticut and Tennessee, sorry, as my championship matchup.
I got UConn, Kentucky. But
boy. Okay, so we both got UConn.
Yep.
Okay, so let's put UConn in there.
Yep.
We need a tie-breaking vote for Kentucky and Tennessee.
Kentucky puts up 90 points a game. The problem with that is you can go cold.
You can absolutely go cold.
And they've done that in the tournament.
Hello.
Many fucking times.
My name is Arizona State.
Yeah.
Or Arizona.
There's Arizona, the Wildcats. Mm-hmm. They do it every single season.
Let me score 1 billion D points regular season against everyone.
We have 5 freshmen. We're going to play awesome all year. And then.
Is that where Benedict Mathurin played last year?
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
I believe so.
Unreal. Super good. Super fun to watch. Canadian. All right, let's go Kentucky. We're going Kentucky. And then it's going to be so boring. It's UConn.
It's
UConn's
UConn.
a winner.
Yeah. I like that. So I'll get paid out.
What's your final score?
71-65.
All right. That's the bracket. That's the Ocho bracket.
Official.
It is hella chalk, and that's fine. I think it's a chalky year.
I do as well.
Last year was the year of the upset. I think
there was so many upsets last year, and there were so many that like we knew were coming. Like I feel like all the ones that we were like, that could be an upset. It was at least close, came down to the wire, or it actually happened. There was a lot of fucking buffoonery last year.
Yeah. We're coming up to playoff time soon for the NHL. We're getting down to it. Any games that you think are worth watching in the coming days? Rangers and Bruins.
Yeah, that was the main one. That one's gonna be a barn burner. We got, I'm looking at Saturday right now. Oilers Maple Leafs could be fun.
Yep.
7:00 start on that
Florida,
one. Panthers,
New York.
Rangers. Yep, that one's gonna be good. Sunday doesn't look too good. Friday is pretty gross. Yeah, I'd say those two are the big ones.
That's the game of the week. Nice.
Lots of Rangers.
Yep. Lots of Rangers. Tons and tons. You want some playoffs till October. Listen, Caps are getting hot.
They are getting hot. There's a chance. They're still there.
Saying there's a chance.
They're saying there's a chance. So what are they 3 points out right now?
Yeah,
and they got 2 games in hand.
They are right on the edge there. So
I only did the top 15 for power rankings tonight, but they were 16.
yeah, and we only did top 15, which is where we are right now. Our top 15 power rankings, because we're coming to the end of the season. This is where we are.
Yep.
All right, let's start rolling. Number 15.
It's perfect because I want to talk about this a little bit at the start, and I forgot. But number 15 is the Philadelphia Flyers. They benched Sean Couturier. They just named him captain in February, and then they healthy scratched him last night and won.
So Torts has this thing where he can make a team really kind of follow him, but he can also lose a locker room like in a hurry, like in a real hurry, like just at the snap of a finger, gone, just totally out of there. So I feel like we're right on the edge of that right now.
We are. And it could go one of 2 ways. If they get into the playoffs, no Carter Hart, and then all of a sudden you're like, this guy's a fucking genius. Like he made it happen. But then they end up having, like, if it keeps going the way it has been lately, and we start losing games, tanking, and then we look at it and go, what the fuck was that, guy? We start benching our captain and changing shit up, and then all of a sudden we drop out of the playoffs. We could have been a playoff team. We could have made noise. We ended up selling off pieces and still are right there.
Yeah. It's just not great. It's not great. I'd like to see more from them. They probably would have been better if people didn't do crimes, but alas, crimes were done. Things happened. Here we are. Number 14.
The Los Angeles Kings. Inconsistency is the name of the game with this team.
Yeah.
And not scoring. Kevin Fiala's been really good lately. He's actually putting up some goals. Yeah, he's a
great
30
DFS
goal guy before. Fantastic DFS guy. Right in the affordable range. Gets goals, like plenty of ice time. Power play guy. It's just they need more than that guy. That's not. We talk about it every fucking week. Pierre-Luc Dubois is like my number one target. Where'd he go?
Ghost.
Where's Pierre? Where's Dubo?
Hey, Pierre, where you at, buddy?
Gone, girl. Taken. Liam Neeson. They're fucking. The Kings need a little bit more on the offensive end. I think this was a good year for them. I think they had some really high highs at the start of the season. You're like, wow, this is what this rebuild was for. This team's looking good. And then we've just been kind of in the doldrums since like what? December? Late December now? It's been a while.
They fell off slowly.
Yes. They tapered off, and now this is where they should have been at the start of the year. They outperformed, and now we're falling back down to reality. Got to keep acquiring pieces. The young guys are playing well, and some of these contracts just look tough. And Drew, how long are you gonna have Doughty for?
200 years.
Go get him another one. The Knights, I have at 13. Another team. Since February 1st, they're 7-10-1. That's 26th in points percentage in that time frame. We praised them. They won the deadline. They're manipulating LTIR. Like everything's going their way. Hey, guess what? You got to make the playoffs before any of that matters.
Still got to get in.
That'll all go by the wayside if we don't make the playoffs. And that's the way we're trending. They're not playing good hockey. Then the scary part is if they end up as an 8th seed, they slip in there, they 100% could take out one of those top teams if they're fully healthy.
Yeah, if I'm Colorado or Edmonton, I'm not looking forward to facing Vegas in round 1.
I'm keeping a close eye on where they're finishing.
Thank you. Yeah. No, thank you.
We got to do a little manipulation in the last game or two. Like, hey, you guys aren't going to play. Sorry, we got to lose.
Number 13, the Tampa Lightning.
12, but yes.
12.
This is another team like we talked about them a lot this year with are they still good enough? Doing a little Golden State Warriors. They've still got pieces from the run, but there's too old, too far gone. We're leaning towards yes, and now it's starting to come to fruition. They beat the Flyers. They beat the Rangers. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Knights. And that's all in the last 2 weeks. Also, did you see that Panthers game the other night? They won with 15 shots. What the fuck was that?
It's called
They got
efficiency.
outshot by like 35 shots and they won.
It's called efficiency, Dubs.
Absurd. And then the next night, Vasilevsky will go give up 4 goals. That team befuddles me every single time I go and look at them. Like, wow. I can't figure them out. But what I can figure out is I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
No.
That's a disaster waiting to happen. Number 11, Toronto Maple Leafs. No Mitch Marner right now.
He'll be back, though.
He'll be back. And when he is back, they're plus 20 at 5-on-5 with him on the ice. So they need him. Matthews can only, 70 goals. Yeah. He needs his Robin. We need Mitch Marner out there.
They lose to teams they shouldn't lose to.
100%.
And then they go and they beat guys that, they have no business really. I mean, they'll play a great game against a playoff team. Or they'll shit the bed against a playoff team they need to beat. And then, they're playing the Caps right now. Sorry, Tal. And it's just, no. Kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. They need something to change for them to make a legitimate run here deep into the playoffs. I have no confidence in them. I haven't had confidence in them with any of the moves. They had the opportunity to make some moves, and they did none. They did nothing. Nothing that gave me any confidence that they are going to shake whatever it is that they're currently going through.
Agreed. By the way, talk about beating playoff teams. 1-3 against the Panthers and Bruins this year, though.
Yeah.
See you in the first round. Number 10, the Nashville Predators. Probably the hottest team in hockey right now.
Yeah. Everything's
clicking. They're 13-0-2 since February.
Yeah, they're
last month. Yeah, February. They had a 9-2 loss to the Stars, and then since then they've just completely flipped the switch. Andrew Burnett, Jack Adams, Canada at this point. Roman Yossi's been unstoppable. Saros has been awesome. Like the team's just clicking on all cylinders. Are they for real? Can they make a play? Can they make a run in the playoffs, or do you think this is just fun regular season, fun while it lasts, but they're going to get reality checked?
No, I think they can make a run in the playoffs. I think
the West is so deep, though.
It is, but because of that, anyone can win.
Agreed.
Any one of those teams can win. You get your Bruins?
They're driving me fucking crazy, man. And everyone's back on us. So it's like, dude, we played nobody.
No.
Senators, Flyers, the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Those are not the wins we need. And we are still, I believe we still are leading the way in points. But it's all because of these overtime losses, little consolation prizes. But the same issues I have with the Bruins, I still see on a regular basis. They're just, I'm not going to have a change of heart on this team at all until I actually see it in the playoffs. But this is just
President's Trophy leading Boston Bruins.
Barely.
You didn't mean to.
No, it's absolute fraud. And then I'm going to have to deal with the narrative of 2 straight President's Trophies and 2 straight first round exits. Awesome. Can't wait for that.
Brutal. I'm so sorry.
They just rip my heart out every fucking year. I'm in the Celtics.
I'm actually not sorry. It's fine.
No, you're not, and you shouldn't be. I understand. It's Boston. We win all the time. I've got enough championships to last the rest of my lifetime. I understand that, but the fact that they just do this to me every year.
Yeah, it's super fun.
And it's more bearable when the Patriots and the Red Sox are winning. So you're like, oh, at least we got them. And now it's like, oh, at least we got the Bruins and the Celtics. But I know it's coming.
Yep.
I know it's coming. Everyone's going to drink my tears. It's whatever. Number 8.
Vancouver Canucks.
No Thatcher Demko, which is
That's
tough. He's out for a couple weeks.
They've
Also feel like that opens up the Vesna for Hallebuck, but
they've just kind of been hanging around. They're not really like running away with anything, but they're not really losing awful.
They're
either.
500 since February 1st.
Yeah, just status quo.
Getting ready for the playoffs. They had a pretty bad loss to the Capitals the other night.
They sure did.
Close game against the Sabres, which shouldn't happen. And I feel like people are starting to hype the Sabres up again. They're not fucking good. Stop doing this to me. They did it at the start of the season, and now like, oh, outside shot at the play. No.
Stop it.
Stop it. Get help. I do really like the Canucks, but they need Demko back before we have any further conversations about them.
Goaltending is important, which brings us to
Massive.
the Winnipeg Jets.
They're only here because of their goaltending.
Yeah.
Connor Hallebuck is unreal.
Yep.
It's him, it's Shesterkin, it's Thatcher Demko. Those are the best goalies in the league right now. But Monahan and Toffoli have not been too shabby. They really needed those guys to come in and play the way they have been. And they're another team that's kind of just hanging around. And as long as Hallebuck is doing the shit that he does, they're going to be fine.
Yeah. 100%.
Excuse me. Number 6, I've got the Edmonton Oilers. Another guy that's gone cold, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 10 straight games without a point. He's got 1 in his last 15. Oilers are 3-1-2 in their last 6. And anytime they've faced stiff competition lately, they folded. They got 3 games in hand, but they need to do some real
Houdini
soul
win
searching
against the Montreal Canadiens, my friend. Houdini wins.
Canucks are barely holding on to that division, but I think the Oilers are not going to have enough in the tank to take it from them.
It's going to be close. I don't know if it matters.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
Number 5, we've got Dallas. We need Otter back big time. This man has disappeared over the last few months. I mean, mainly most of the season. He's a good goalie. He's one of those top guys. He should be amongst the names that I was just listing. He's not played that way. Luckily, the offense has picked it up for them.
Yeah.
But every time they come up against one of those other top teams in the West, the Canucks, the Avs, they don't get it done. I like to believe that they will flip the switch in the playoffs because it seems like they always they do. They hang around. They play long series, but as a Dallas Stars investor, I'm going to need to see a little bit more.
Number 4,
Carolina Hurricanes. Kuznetsov, former Stephen Tao, Washington Capital. He's been killing it with the Canes. 5 points in his first 7 games. Team is outscoring others 5-2 with him on the ice. Canes are really good. Their offense is clicking. If they can keep
healthy.
Correct. And they could keep getting consistent goalie play, which has plagued them for most of the year, but really kind of found its legs in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They're going to be a problem.
They're a big problem. They're great. I think the Canes are danger to at least one of the 2 teams that you're going to name next.
Agreed. Number 3, the New York Rangers. Igor Shesterkin is on a different planet right now. In the last month, he's got 13.6 goals saved above average and a 94.3 save percentage. Over a month. It's not a week, that's a month.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's absurdity. And if you have that guy in the net with the amount of talent the Rangers have in front of that, that's tough to beat. As long as that guy's playing like that, it's tough. And I agree. Fuck the Rangers. They
noted New York Ranger fan
too.
Stephen Tao.
I gotta listen to fucking Birdie drone on about them. Number 2, the Florida Panthers. They are not so great 5-on-5 over the last month, which, I mean, we talked about that at the Red Wings. Pretty much every team that was going to have a downfall, it started with this. Started with 5-on-5 numbers starting to slip. And Florida can't afford that slip to come right now. This team is built for the playoffs, are really good up front. Bobrovsky's been awesome. They just got to keep cruising the way that they had been over the last, few months. In the last 2 weeks that we've done this, they've been at number one. They got bounced, obviously, sitting at number 2, but they've been an elite 5-on-5 team, and they need to get back to that before it gets nasty.
That's a good question. We should, before we get to number 1, which I think we all figured out who it is. Did the Panthers blow their load too early? Were they too hot? I think they're okay. I think that they're built for a style of hockey that is conducive to the playoffs, which is
that's how the Bruins used to be built.
Grind it out, your physical, hard forechecking team, and you just get dirty goals. That's all they do. It's not about the pretty skill things. You would think that in the playoffs it opens up, but it never does. It always clams down. Everybody plays extra tight coverage. And yeah, I think that Florida's built for it. I think they're the second best team in the East. I think the Canes are the best team in the East right now.
I think the Rangers are the best team in the East right now. I think it's Rangers, Hurricanes, Panthers.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, the complete opposite last week, which goes to show how quickly things change. But
yeah, I get it.
I agree. The Panthers are, like I said the same thing. They're built for the playoffs. Their style of play, everything about them. So if there's a team that's going to hold up and power through this, it's probably going to be Florida. I don't think 100%. It matters until, as long as they get there, they're going to play their brand of hockey. They're going to be a tough out. So,
yep. And number 1,
Colorado Avalanche, 7 straight wins. Nathan MacKinnon is putting on a fucking show.
Is that guy the MVP?
Yeah.
He's got to be, right?
Yeah.
He got to be
MVP. We all know McDavid's the best player in the league. Nathan MacKinnon is going the fuck off right now. And he deserves the heart.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous. He needs to chill out a smidgen. Cale Makar is still playing awesome. Rantanen's on pace for 110 points. It's not just the Nathan MacKinnon show. It sometimes feels like it, but it goes to show how good he is because the rest of the team around him is elite and he shines above them.
Yeah, he's stupid good.
It's ridiculous. Middlestat's been good since they got him. Sean Walker's been good since they got him. Goaltending's been decent. Avs are clicking. They're and not to say that Florida's not. I didn't knock Florida down because they're not winning games. They still are. They're still killing teams. It's just Avs are hot, man, and it's at the right time. It's at the right time.
You're not shitting on a team. You're just giving the flowers to the guys who deserve it.
Correct.
We got time for a Stone Stories?
Of course we do. This one's lock in. We got to lock in for this one. A university student in Taiwan had his legs amputated in hopes of receiving a $1.3 million insurance payout. The 23-year-old, identified only by his last name, Zhang, plunged his feet in a bucket of dry ice for more than 10 hours to get them so badly frostbitten that he would need a double amputation. The Bureau for Taiwan Criminal Investigation said a friend of Zhang's from high school, identified only as Lau, persuaded him to carry out the insurance scam. Lau, also 23, suffered losses from trading cryptocurrency, and he tricked Zhang into signing a legal note obligating him to pay about $800,000. So he's down bad from crypto, and he's tricked some fucking dummy into oh, you owe me 800 grand now. Lau, the buddy, now goes on to say he's got gangsters after him. He's got the mob after him. He needs the money stat. I'm going to die. We need this 800,000 that you owe me, which he doesn't even fucking owe him. The guy's just losing doubt. It's like Otani's fucking buddy gambling on Baccarat.
Yeah.
Same shit. So he has this wonderful idea. They're going to go out. They're going to ride a motorcycle around at night. It's going to be cold enough that the story will add up when after they freeze this guy's legs off, they can go, oh, well, the frostbite was from riding around on the motorcycle. It never got below freezing the night that they did it. And then when they came into the hospital, the guy had complete even marks of frostbite down from where they were having him sit submerged in this fucking liquid nitrogen. Absurdity. How did they get him to stay in it through the pain? You know what I mean? Like eventually it's just going to shut off like all the nerves and whatnot. But those first excruciating moments have got to, hell, I wouldn't wish on anybody.
No, thank you.
So the doctors see these complete symmetrical lines and are like, that's not how frostbite works. It wasn't freezing last night. So they start, looking into scam and fraud. Turns out this guy, they got, what did I say at the start? $1.3 million insurance payout it would have been. Ends up being $7,200 that this guy got. The legless man got $7,200 from one insurance account, of which he opened 6 or 7, like the night before they went and did this. So on top of all the other red flags for fraud, they're like, what the fuck are we doing here? Absurdity. Also, that carries a punishment of 10 years in prison or a $37,000 fine. If I got the option, I know which one I'm taking. 37 grand or 10 years, that's an easy one. Start selling feet pics. We're halfway there.
So do you lose, a hand or a leg?
I feel like it's got to be hand. We're so close to like robots and shit at this point. I feel like I could just get a quick hand put in easier than I would walking around with a fucking peg leg.
I don't know. I think I'm on team leg.
I guess like it depends. Am I able to replace it? If I'm not able to replace it, I think it's leg.
I think
Or
you
like,
would be able to.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Prosthetic, something like that. Robot like Star Wars hand would be cool, but I'll settle.
Yeah, I think
wheelchair would be tough though. I was on crutches for like 2 days, like a year and a half ago. Fuck that. Fuck crutches. Anything prohibiting my legs and my movement, I'm out. It's like the blind or deaf question.
Probably deaf. Last call. I got a good one for you today.
Let's do it.
What is your favorite sports movie of all time?
I got a small list.
I got a couple that I want to throw out there as maybe underrateds or absolutely need to watch. Goon has got to be on the list.
Still better than Caddyshack. Shout out Zach Contrell.
It's Goon is the movie. I love me some Goon.
I quote it on a daily basis. It's fantastic. That was the next one I was going with, is Miracle.
Friday Night Lights is a classic.
Fantastic.
Remember the Titans is also one
a classic.
One of my favorites. I'm not really a Hoosiers guy. People always throw Hoosiers at me, and I'm like,
too.
It's all right.
Hoosiers is whatever. I'm not a big Hoosiers guy either. Remember the Titans is awesome, and I agree with Tao. It's kind of more of like a life movie to me.
Yeah, don't be a racist dick. Yeah.
Accept everyone. Yeah. I have a couple more shout outs on here. Happy Gilmore. Fantastic. Happy Gilmore. Major League. Awesome movie. Just a bit outside. Fucking wild thing. I like Major League. Slapshot.
Slapshot is overrated just a bit. People love Slapshot because of its like over the top nonsense.
Yep.
Goon is better.
Goon is better. Goon is better than Slapshot.
Yeah.
Correct. I agree. 100%. Goon is awesome. That's when he's sitting in the office and they do the whole opening for La Flemme.
Yeah.
100% God-given natural scoring talent. He goes, number 1, and he's drafted number 2. The best.
Yeah.
Love it. Sandlot classic.
Oh,
that's another one that's kind of just like a life movie that also has baseball in it. Talladega Nights. Fantastic. And then for me, Moneyball. I'm a big GM behind the scenes stuff. Love it. I'm a big Moneyball guy.
Give me Moneyball. Give me
That
Moneyball.
movie was awesome.
Give me Goon. Friday Night Lights. Excellent. Air Bud. For the love of the game, good choice. Note we didn't toss in Field of Dreams. It's a great movie. It's just
low key banger Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Average. It's the best.
It's a great intro.
Bold, another one I quote all every day. Bold strategy, Colin. See if it pays off for him. Anytime anybody does anything dumb.
Yeah, 100%. Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah, the dude. So my buddy's laying face down in the muck. I'm not a big movie guy either, but you get sports and comedy, blend them together right. I'm all there for it.
I'm a big fan. I'd like to see more of it. So
Benchwarmers was awesome.
Benchwarmers was good. It's
Sucre just drinking the tequila out of his glove. Love it. Yeah. Hope that I got so. Oh my god, awesome!
All right,
love that whole bit.
Listen, it's been fun. I appreciate everyone for jumping in tonight. Thanks for keeping chat active. Bad News Bears, Stephen Tao.
Fucking the Billy Bob Thornton one.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Billy Bob Thornton is the same character. So I'm just going to put this out there as we let you go tonight. Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa.
Yep.
Same guy he is in every movie. That's
100%.
Actually just Billy Bob Thornton. He's not acting.
Agreed.
It's just who he is.
It's just what he does.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the best. It's like Arrested Development, Archer, Jessica Walter playing the mom. That's just who she is.
It's who she is.
That's just what she. Yeah, the best. All right,
who she is. Hey, thanks everyone for jumping in. Don't forget to share, like it, tell your friends about it. The more people that watch this, the more fun stuff we can do. Maybe Armchair's internet doesn't die 33 seconds into the show.
Correct.
And I have to go down to this machine that I don't want to be using, but seems to work fine. It's fine. Or we can stop having to go to our regular day jobs, which would be amazing. That would be amazing. Newsletter comes out again, probably Friday, I guess. I'll probably do on Friday. Probably some DFS hockey in there.
I'm sure I could scrape together something Thursday from March Madness.
You haven't clicked on the article sent out today. Dubs did an excellent job. It's only Dubs.
Please do.
It's the only Dubs.
We got I never thought I'd be writing after high school, so
here you are.
I hope I'm not doing it for anything. Somebody's got to read it. Any email you get, just flip that thing right around into the newsletter. Yeah. We'll see if they stop.
100%. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Ocho.